We've heard elected officials speak out.
They can't gather on state land for operations.
We do not cooperate with ICE in this manner.
We're not going to be going out into the community to be doing that sort of immigration enforcement.
Their communities will not cooperate with ICE.
ICE raids in our community do not make us any safer, actually makes us less safe.
But there are local elected officials who have agreed to help the immigration agency with arrests. Lansdowne, Delaware County isn't what you would call an ICE enforcement hotspot. While the borough itself has only grown by 4% in the last decade, its immigrant community has increased by 51% according to census data. With the country's current immigration policies, lifelong resident Lisa Evans is concerned about her neighbors.
I think it's really sad that we have to look over our shoulders.
Her feeling is bolstered by an agreement her local constable has signed with ICE. The agreement is known as a 287G task force model. It allows members of law enforcement agencies to act on behalf of ICE. Among the functions include interrogating people they believe could be in the country without documentation, issuing detainers, and executing warrants.
They can ask those people about their immigration status, and that makes them susceptible, the immigrant, to potentially being detained and sent over to immigration, even if it is for a simple traffic violation.
Ariel Ruiz Soto is a senior policy analyst with Migration Policy Institute. The task force model isn't new, but it was discontinued in 2012 so the Department of Homeland Security could utilize its resources elsewhere. The second Trump administration resurrected it. Ruiz Soto says DHS is relying on these local agencies to help them enforce federal immigration policy,
which speaks volume about the way they want to cooperate, but also speaks volumes on the needs from ICE who extend beyond their local capacity.
According to ICE records, no law enforcement members in New Jersey or Delaware have signed the agreement. 64 agencies across Pennsylvania have, including the Lansdowne Constable and another constable in Honeybrook, Chester County. Constables are publicly elected officials who are contracted by the county for tasks such as transporting people to court and working the polls. They could come into contact with dozens of people daily. We wanted to know why these two constables entered into agreements with ICE and whether they've helped with any arrests. Lansdowne Constable Jerome Fletcher didn't come to the door. We tried calling and emailing too. He did send an email later telling the NBC 10 investigators he isn't interested in participating in our story. Some Delaware County leaders say they've also tried to reach him but haven't had any success. County officials, including Delco Council member Monica Taylor, are speaking out against Fletcher's participation in the federal program.
We don't need our law enforcement agencies to be at the whims of the federal government.
It's unclear if Fletcher has acted on behalf of ICE in any capacity or completed the necessary training per the agreement. Records show he hasn't even finished training with the state to carry out his duties through his role as a constable. Honeybrook Constable David Jones also didn't come to his Chester County door. He later returned our phone call. He told us he hasn't heard from ICE since entering into the agreement in October.
I guess I'm curious as to why you signed up for it.
That's when Jones hung up.
Hello?
He later texted, declining to comment further. One police department in Lancaster County told us that they've already had 7 arrests through one of these agreements, but the full totality of it is unknown. We reached out to ICE asking about the number of people detained, interrogated, and deported through one of these agreements, but have not yet heard back. For the investigators, Claudia Vargas, NBC 10 News.